Hey foodies, welcome back to my channel. This is Raina. Today we're making some delicious Jamaican style oxtail. Alright, so to start, I have 4 pounds of oxtail. I'm gonna show you how I washed it, trim it, because it's filled with fat. Oxtail expensive right now, so once in a while meal. Alright, I have my red label wine I'm using. I'll also be using my Maggi all-purpose seasoning. I also have my Grace browning. I'm gonna be using my green seasoning. The recipe is on my channel. I have whole pimento seeds, which is called allspice. I have scallion, and I also have garlic, fresh garlic, probably like 6 pieces, ginger, and a Scotch bonnet pepper, and I'm using about 2 onions. And also my infamous coconut oil. I also have butter, bean, salt, and pepper as well. All right, so let's get into it. I'm gonna be cleaning up this oxtail. I'm gonna wash it off, trim off the fat, because you know the tail is just a little bit of meat, bone and fat. All right, so I wash my meat with lemon, lime, vinegar sometimes, but I'm just using lime today. And you'll see as the meat is washed with the lime, it's gonna look a different color than what it previously looked like. So just strain it off, get some of that water off so I can start trimming and getting some of the fat off. All right, you just wanna make sure you get as much fat as possible off. You know, even though you buy it at the market and they supposed to shave off some of this, you still have to go over the meat just to make sure you get everything off, because oxtails spring a lot of grease that you're gonna still have to skim off at the end as well. All right, so let me just get started, just cleaning up my garlic, cutting off the ends, because what I'm gonna do is crush it in my mortar. Or you can chop it. I have my Scotch bonnet here. I'm putting 1 whole Scotch bonnet. It's hot, but not that hot. All right, so let me get rid of the head of this scallion. I usually replant these outside in my garden as well. All right, so just chop away. One thing that will make your food taste exceptionally well and different is the more natural seasoning, the better. So I usually put seasoning in the beginning, the middle, and the end as well. Yes, I know this onion looks rough, but keep peeling away. There's something good on the inside. All right, so I'm still using it. All right, so I'm going to be using my mortar to crush my garlic. You can chop it as well. All right, let me just get everything sorted on my plate. I have my ginger, using the mortar also to crush it. And then my pimento seeds, also allspice berries, those get nice and crushed in this mortar as well. Got all my seasoning nicely chopped and ready for this meat. Look how everything looks nice already, and it's not even cooked yet. All right, so I'm going in with my Maggi all-purpose. So I'm using probably about 2 tablespoons of the seasoning. I'm also using a big 2 tablespoons of the green seasoning as well. Get everything nicely rubbed in. I have my black pepper, and I'm also going to be using salt as well. All right, so I'm using a little browning, probably about a teaspoon, I'd say. You can burn your sugar, which is also browning, is how browning is made. But if you're cooking a big pot of oxtail, it's easier just to use some browning. All right, just make sure you just massage the meat, everything, just get the seasoning well, massage everything in. And oxtail, you don't have to marinate it. It takes about 3 hours to cook, so the seasoning will well soak up as well. So I'm just browning the oxtail a little. Like I said, I'm doing this process because I'm cooking it on a small scale, but usually if I'm cooking 40 to 50 pound of oxtail, I can't do this process. So this is just to show you when you're cooking at on a smaller scale. So everything fits in this pot. Like I said, this is 4 pounds of oxtail. Just gonna fry it up a little, just toss it around the pot just to get everything going. I am using coconut oil. Coconut oil just gives the food a nice flavor. Even though oxtail springs its own oil and grease, I still use my coconut oil. All right, so I'll be adding my fresh seasoning. I'm using about half of everything that already is cut up, and I'll list all the measurements in the description box as well. Like I said, I add seasoning in the beginning, the middle, the end. And just make sure when you're cooking these type of meat that takes forever to cook, just have your kettle boiling with hot water. Don't add cold water to your meat. Always add some hot water so it keeps the cooking process going. I tell you, this looking nice already. Look how it look, and it's not even finished cooking. So before I cover this up, I'm going to add a cup of red label wine. Red label wine goes great in beef, in a beef stew, oxtail, red meat. Red wine goes great. I use the white wine for fish, and if I'm cooking goat, I'm using some stone ginger wine. All right, cover on medium heat for about an hour, and voila. All right, so the oxtail has been cooking for about an hour. You can actually speed up the process by using a pressure cooker. You can pressure it for about an hour, and that will, make everything goes quicker. But I have all the time. Okay, so I'm adding more seasoning as well. This is probably about the second onion going in right here. And I'm also adding probably another 2 sprigs of scallion. Okay. All right, and it can take some more water, so I'm adding some more boiling water to the pot to keep everything going so it don't get too dried out. Oxtail, we need enough gravy. And yes, let me go ahead and put some more green seasoning. Just natural seasoning do so much to the food. It just makes it taste so different. Just keep adding your natural seasoning and your food is gonna be like wow. All right, and I'm dropping some fresh thyme in as well. Let me remove this old thyme that's been already cooked and did what it was supposed to do. It already served its purpose, so let me go ahead and remove it from the pot. All right, I'm covering this for about another hour again. All right, see you back in an hour. All right, so the hour has passed. All right, and there it is. It's on its way to the final process. I'm gonna go ahead and add some more seasoning. I'm adding some green seasoning again. Keep that flavor going. Your oxtail is gonna taste like it's been soaking for about 3 or 4 weeks. And you can always taste the pot to see if it needs more salt, seasoning. It's up to you how you like it. So all right, I'm gonna add some more red label wine. You're not gonna be drunk, it's just giving it a nice flavor. Go ahead and add a can of this nice butter bean as well. Okay, and if you don't have access to the canned butter beans, you can actually use the dry beans on the shelf in the store, but you have to put it in the beginning when you're cooking the meat because it's gonna take forever to cook, just like the oxtail will be. And after I add the canned butter beans, I'm gonna let it cook for another 30 minutes or until it's, you know, tender as I like it. All right, so it's almost completed. Just skim off some of this grease that the oxtail always spring. Like, this is a must because we don't want to be eating oil. Like, I just have to get all of this stuff off the top. So just skim off. I'm skimming off probably like 1 to 2 cups of oil off the top. So if you know, if you like it, just leave it on there. But yeah, I recommend just removing some of this excessive oil off the top. All right, so your oxtail ready for eat. Just go ahead and prepare it with your favorite side, rice and peas, white rice food. All right, just make sure you hit that subscribe, the notification bell. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.